the show.
This from the last. Okay.
He puts a the automated so I can get on here. They're about to come in here in a second. They listen to the show. Because you know we follow FCC, just like 93.9 and stuff do.
So you gotta be on time, bitch.
Yeah, no cursing.
Okay. Glad you said that.
But if I go
Alright, yeah, coming with that heat. Yeah, you know I came to get it lit. Shout out to my favorite radio station. Consider this. If you missing this, you missing out and you ridiculous. Tell your sister I need to feel it cause I'm feeling this. Misunderstood. That's the host. Plenty hot topics. You know how it goes. If you miss it, check that podcast. They gon' get it poppin'. I'm talking special guests and plenty good gossip. So get considered this up in your life and get it right. Man, I play it all the time on the freeway when I ride. Nah, you cannot deny it's the best you're gonna find. They get you up in the zone. Get that stress up off your mind. Come and join the conversation. I know that you're gonna like it. It'll get you so excited. You know everyone's invited. If you wanna be a star, listen to the best. Get considered this. Don't settle for nothing less. Hey, consider this radio hosted by Mz.UndaStood. Let's go.
Every day, 14 children are killed by guns. If you have a gun, lock it up. If you don't have a gun, make sure your kid doesn't have one either. Take a stand. Stop the violence.
Hey, this is Donnell, and you're tuned into Mz.UndaStood on Consider This Radio.
Happy Sunday, good people. I am your girl, Mz.UndaStood. You are tuned into Consider This Radio only on WEBR Radio Fairfax. I hope you guys are enjoying this rainy, misty, wet Sunday. Don't get pregnant today unless it's planned. Like, this is one of those days where you just in the house with your boo, bond up, something I miss like oh so well. But after today, with all of this Yoni information, something should be popping off of me in a new future. Shout out to Zayna, the life coach that doesn't want to be my life coach. We had a great day yesterday over at the Total Body Workout. It was everything. We ended up doing we might as well say like a sister circle, a safe circle. We had a paint and pray, or whatever you want to call it, as well as weight loss, and we had some brunch, and it was really, really cute. And I also went to a boxing match yesterday. Shout out to Greg, sharpshooter. I never realized boxing was so long. It's like when you go to a house party, you don't get there till 10 o'clock, 10:30, and the fight is over in like an hour. I was literally there from 7 o'clock, and you guys gotta read my review because it's going to be hilarious, okay? And it'll be up tomorrow. Today, though, we do have the beauty goddess in the building talking all things Yoni. And if you don't know what a Yoni is, I need you to Google it now. My black people, okay? It's Y-O-N-I, okay? And it's Sunday, and it's before 6, so we have to say Yoni today. So you need to Google it so you can get on the same page. We're going to be talking self-care. We're talking forever evolving beauty. I'm going to have her chime in a little bit on this Amber Rose. Amber Rose is an interesting human being. We're just going to leave it like that. She actually put out a long Instagram post about people stealing her stuff, and that's something I can relate to. But with her whole feminist thing and movement and slut wall, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that from a true feminist, because I don't know what to say, but you know, to each its own. We're also gonna talk a little chakras and more. So what I need you guys to do now is follow her at @thebeauty_goddess on social media, and I'm gonna let her decide when we come back if she's gonna give out her Facebook information, because I think that's her real name. Some people be real funny with their real names, so I'm not gonna overstep my boundaries. Until then, we have probably my favorite song of 2018. The joint is The Light with Jeremiah and Ty Dolla $ign, only on Consider This. Don't you go nowhere, and share this video, like the video, like the pictures, everything. We'll be right back right after this.
Your voice turned right on. You was not tired from last night. Is it Wi-Fi here?
Yep, FPA.
Hold on, let me find it. See, I was about to say my phone don't have no service in here.
Okay, cool. But not without the first day. Okay, cool. Not before I have to wonder if you let me in. If I walk into your doorway. Let's
FPA.
But not without the
yeah.
space, babe. Okay, cool. Not without the vacation. No.
I guess like your true self. And if anybody in that building like is feeling a certain kind of way,
Okay, cool.
it's gonna come out.
The first day. Okay, cool. Not before I have to wonder if you let me in. If I walk into your doorway. Let's have.
Before I even do the event, so that way I don't have to do too much.
They said drugs would make you cool. What's wrong with you? Man, forget you guys.
Hey, wake up, sleepyhead. Pay attention in my class.
They said drugs would make you cool. They lied. Find out the truth about drugs. Drugfreeworld.org.
In the U.S., almost 800,000 kids under the age of 18 are missing each year. 58,000 of these kids were victims of abduction. One of those kids could be you, or someone you love.
Yeah, this kidnapping shit is out of control. I gotta say something about that soon. right, guys, we are back. I am your girl, Mz.UndaStood. You are tuned in to Consider This Radio only on WEBR Radio Fairfax. And if you have been following me these last couple of days, then you know I am excited about today with our guest. Now, what am I calling you today? Am I calling you the beauty goddess? Am I calling you Shevonne? All right, Shevonne is in the building. How are you today?
I'm great.
Good.
A little hungry, but
yeah.
You know.
That's always how it is, right? Because you're trying to get out like just on time, and then you don't have time to get nothing to eat.
Yeah, but I actually had food, and that's the vegetarian thing. Like when you eat and
healthy,
yeah,
you're always hungry.
Always hungry.
Yeah, you're always gonna have some nuts in your bag to get it together. It's the truth. I was just thinking, like, I need to go get me some nuts today because I was hungry this morning. Nuts or crackers?
Yeah.
Yeah, she like, I don't know.
I still like fries. I ain't gonna fake.
Me too, but I can't eat them no more. I got to do a whole detox. We'll talk about that in a few. Forever Evolving Beauty, your business. Let everybody know what is it.
So Forever Evolving Beauty basically is what it says. Forever evolving, because we are forever evolving. So it was so hard to come up with a name because everybody has these cool names, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to sound long and all of this, but basically it's just about, so it's continuing, like every part of me. I call myself a creative entrepreneur because I use basically my lifestyle to make money. I started in beauty school. I'm a beauty school dropout.
Aren't we all?
I actually went to Bennett and Aveda,
okay.
So I got a little bit of both, sides. But when I was in school, I just noticed that I was less interested in hair and more interested in just like beauty and wellness. So I stopped. I worked in a salon though. So and then I started with the lashes once I cut my hair. Because once I cut my hair off, I was like, okay, I'm cute, but I need some lashes or something. So I started doing the lashes. I started getting them. Then I started doing them. And then so just interacting with so many women. I kind of feel like I always knew that I was going to do something with women. I didn't know what it was. So basically Forever Evolving is just whatever I'm feeling. I went through a phase where I was selling my turbans because I had my hair covered at the time. I actually just uncovered it. And that was like more for a spiritual journey. So I feel like covering it back up, so that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to sell the turbans again, and that's going to be money. So creative entrepreneur is basically like your lifestyle. Whatever you're doing in your lifestyle to make, money, expressing yourself creatively and making money doing that.
Right. And I know that your business is forever growing,
yes.
But for right now, tell everybody what services you actually offer.
So right now, I am obviously the lash mother. I've been doing that for 5 years now. And so it just talking to different women and my own personal experiences just had me to branch off. Now I've just started with the Yoni steaming. I really feel like that's pulling me closer to my calling. I'm very interested in all things holistic. So obviously when it comes to the most sacred part of your body, the Yoni. You wanna take very good care of that, and just for women, we be having a lot going on down there, and it's just good. I enjoy sharing things with women so that they will know that you don't have to run to the doctor every time, because we have to know how to heal ourselves, and we have to know how to pass that on to our daughters so that they can know how to heal ourselves. Because honestly, for African Americans, we have special strong bodies that do special strong things, and we need to nurture our body so that it can perform to its fullest potential. And I just feel like just getting back to our roots, then we'll be strong, we'll be good. We can't do what the other people do. We got to do what we supposed to do.
We're the creators.
Experimenting and learning about different herbs. That's obviously herbs are beneficial to your yoni, but your whole body. So just learning about different herbs and how they can be incorporated, and just how anything that I learned, I'll test it on myself, and then I just tell my clients and tell my friends, and then if it works for them, it works for them. I'm not calling myself a doctor,
right?
But yeah, so that's why it's just the same, just creative entrepreneur, just whatever just my journey. I'm just sharing it and just sharing the things that I use to make me a better person, and hopefully making other people better people too.
Now, we're definitely going to talk about some of the Yoni practices, because one thing I want to bring up is when I had my steam in regards to talking to the Yoni. So we'll be talking about that in just a second. But right now, I want to talk about the importance of self-care. A lot of people, I'm included, we just don't do it, right? A lot of the times we feel like self-care is overindulging in yourself, or it's just too expensive, or I just can't do it. But a lot of the times people don't realize that self-care is mandatory, and it's something that you should be doing, even if it's something as simple as getting your lashes done or getting your nails painted or whatever that one thing that you like to do. You have to be able to take that time out to yourself. So why don't you explain the importance of self-care? Like, why is it crucial to you?
I'm going to just start from just my personal experience of being in the beauty industry, and just, we're constantly catering to other people. And I honestly, I feel my best after self-care. Like when I can wake up in the morning and take a shower and take as long as I want and do my face and scrub it and then put the shea butter and all that. Like I'm building up to something. When I walk out the door, I'm unstoppable. Like I just feel like you got to give yourself time, and it's like that's that thing that people talk about, self-love. I feel like after I boost myself up that much in the morning, like you only going to give me that, because it's just like I feel good. Like it make me feel myself, and I feel the same way for other people. Even watching how my clients come in from getting their lashes, and that was more so what pushed me to want to do more than just lashes, because I would see how much of a difference the lashes would make when they come in, and then they're like feeling however they feel. Then they got the lashes on. They probably was talking about man problems or whatever. But once they put them lashes on, and they just giving, girl, I look good, and I'm giving. I know I did it. So that's a part of self-care. So self-care is, I wouldn't say self-care is like all meditating or all this or all that. It's just whatever you need for yourself. Nobody can tell you what your self-care is. So, but you got to take that time. You can't just always be on the move. For your mental health, you can't always be on the move, and for your physical self, you can't always be on the move, because your body will tell you, or your mind will tell you, you'll get stuck or you'll just feel depressed. So you have to do these things. I'm not saying that you have to meditate. Because meditation can be different things for different people. You don't have to and all of that. You can just be in the tub quiet, or you can be in the tub with music, or just, you have to take that time for yourself. Don't just wake up, grab your phone. You got to take the time and just say, okay, what I want for today, or what I want for this week, or what do I want for me? How do I feel? How am I feeling? What's going to get me to, if I'm not at the mood that I want to be when I wake up? Because sometimes you could go to sleep with stuff on your mind, and then you could wake up with an attitude. And you're like, okay, am I going to let this control my day, or am I going to say, okay, I'm not about to be mad? So it's just whatever. And self-care it can happen all day. Like when you just taking that mental time for yourself, even when your phone blowing up, self-care is sometimes you already know that person is what they about to give you. You don't take it, and just focus on yourself. I feel like it's really important, and it sounds so corny because everybody's saying it, but if you really do it, it really works. And I can just say from a couple of months, I was going real hard, from like February to like May, just going hard, especially with the self-care. I always felt good. My hair was covered. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I was always feeling good. I was always waking up early. So I even noticed it for myself, a difference when I stopped doing things or took a break from doing self-care things, to how it affected me. So you have to take that time.
And in the notes, they do say here that, self-care prevents overload and burnout, with what you said. It said it also can reduce the negative effects of stress, and it help you refocus. And those are all of the things that you said.
Because when you have time to yourself, you have time to get it together. And I love sitting in the tub with all of that, just herbs and lavender and all that, I just be feeling like I'm just untouchable.
And that's what they said too, that everybody should take a social media break, just like every time that you like fasting in a sense from social media, that you should take a break from it, and so much more. So what we're gonna do is when we come back, let's dibble and dabble in the headlines a little bit. I got some topics I want your input on. Do you want to give everybody your Facebook, or how do you want to do that?
Oh yeah, my Facebook is just my name, Shevonne Monk. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm a little more active on Facebook than
Instagram,
yeah. Because it's just the pressure of having these like awesome pictures, and I feel like I look good in real life. The pictures, they alright, but
they do work like that, right?
But Facebook, I feel like Facebook is more in real life for me. I guess it's longer videos, you can really get into it,
right?
Know? And then it's really people that really know you, so they can be like, nigga.
You will be right back right after this.
I'm sorry.
And you're tuning in.
Right, nigga.
Okay. I was doing so good without the cuss word.
I'm seeing somebody come at the door.
Okay. Sorry about that. No,
okay. If you stay right here, your voice is fine.
Okay. You are really good at this. Oh my goodness. You just like, it's just so like, for me it's
I love it. You need to start doing clothes.
Yeah, I have. So that's the next part of myself, because so I was telling you in between, just my creativity comes from, where my money comes from, whatever I'm feeling, basically, like in my bio, whatever I feel like, that's how because I feel like I just feel better when I don't force myself to do things that I don't want to do. Right. You know, and I feel like I was putting a lot of pressure on saying, okay, I'm not a lash tech, okay, I'm doing things, so is it holistic? Okay, I'm a lash, okay, I'm not holistic lasher, like what it like I'm just myself. Like
that's what I just told my friend earlier. I was like, yo, I don't like titles, because as soon as you stray away from a title, then people try to take away the other title. I'm like, nigga, I'm 8 different people. When I wake up and I want to fucking fly a plane, I want to fly a plane. If I want to wake up and do women empowerment, I want to do women empowerment. If I wake up and want to fuck a bitch up, I want to wake up and fuck a bitch up. So don't, like, you can't put me in a box. I can't be what somebody wants me to be. At the end of the day, I'm Nakia, and Nakia are all of those people. I hate fucking titles. I despise them. And to me too, I think people use titles for convenience.
Yeah.
It's like it's convenient. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I just want you to just see me and know. That's it. I don't want to have to explain myself. I just want you to get it.
And then if you don't, it wasn't for you to get it. Shit.
Hey Ashley. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, oh yeah, so this is like my jeans, this little top that I made. So I got a couple of them. So I just wanted to get like a couple more before I started to like sell them to different people. But I've been working on them. And it's a lot of people actually been stopping me about stuff that I have on. So it's giving me what do I say? Motivation to keep creating.
Sometimes you just never know where the universe take you.
Yeah. That's why I just want to let go and stop trying to be
children are killed by guns.
Just let it.
You know what you're supposed to do.
If you have a gun, lock it up. If you don't have a gun, make sure your kid doesn't have one either.
How do you know?
Take a stand.
Nigga, I just did it. Like,
Stop the violence.
It may not work. Come come up with something different every other day I want to do.
Okay, that don't work right.
Don't mean it's all going to be successful.
Right.
And I'm okay with that. To me, I'd rather try to not do shit at all.
Yeah.
Every day, 14 children are killed by guns. If you have a gun, lock it up. If you don't have a gun, make sure your kid doesn't have one either. Take a stand. Stop the violence.
I really gotta put my other drops on. Alright guys, we are back. I am your girl, Mz.UndaStood. You are tuned in to Consider This Radio only on WEBR Radio Fairfax. Happy Sunday. I'm glad that you guys are tuning in to the show. If you are on that Facebook page, I need to share this joint right here. It's free. It don't cost you nothing to share a link. I share everybody else's link, don't share my link. So y'all need to do something for me this Sunday, okay? And no matter what your phone plan is, your bill is free today. So you need to be calling up here, 703-560-8255 for all of your Yoni questions. It don't matter if you got an Obama, Metro PCS, Sprint, Xfinity, it's free. Call us 703-560-8255 for all of your Yoni concerns. We're about to dive into the Yoni, like literally after this break. Dive right on in, all inside of it. It's 3 different chambers, all of that. We'll be talking about that next. Right now, though, I want to share some of these topics with Shevonne and see what she thinks about them. Now, did you see the mess with Cat Williams and Tiffany Haddish?
I heard it.
Well, I
heard Kevin Hart responding for her.
Right.
That's what I heard.
So let me ask you this. Do you think Tiffany Haddish is funny?
I think that she's the urban black girl. So, I mean, it can be funny because we funny.
Right.
But comedian, it's different types of funny.
It's
different types of funny.
Okay.
But I don't think that you should, like, snatch her funny card away because she don't have any, like, one-line hitters or, like, she's not, like, has... I don't like what he said because I just feel like, you know... Just let her do her thing. Like, you did your thing, she do what you do. Like, you should be patting her on the back instead of, like, trying to discredit her, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. And it's a woman. Like, dude, come on.
Right. So, basically, for all of you that don't know, Cat Williams basically said that Tiffany Haddish was not funny. She only made her way by saying that, you know, she always talks about Caucasian men and how she want to date them, have their babies. So, that's kind of, like, pushed her on the way. One thing I can't say I'm with you. It would be like if you and I was having a conversation for an hour and you laughed at me 3 times, right? That's how Tiffany Haddish is for me. I'm extremely proud of her success. Mm-hmm. I don't know per se that I would just go want to run to a show of hers because I think she's so funny. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like a regular, like you said, a regular black woman. Right. Like, you know, if you're around somebody and they just crack jokes and you find some of the stuff that they say cute. Right. So I don't know. I don't necessarily care about him saying something about her being a woman. Mm-hmm. And she's a woman. It didn't relate to me in that matter. He also said that Kevin Hart wasn't funny. I always thought Kevin Hart wasn't that funny to me. Like, he's just silly. I always found him to be silly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like different funnies. It's like cracking up, laughing funny. And it's like, I don't know, it's like Martin funny. And I don't know, it's different funny.
Right.
So you can't just be like, oh, nah. Like, people just... I guess people have different humor.
Right.
And it's like, I guess Tiffany Haddish is like funny, like you can take them in doses, like Kevin Hart as well. But I feel like somebody like Mike Epps, you can just laugh at everything that he said. Mm-hmm. Or like Martin, anything that he say or anything that he do. Like they already have a history of making you laugh, so they're just funny to you. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I feel like, you know, Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart, they like all right, that was funny, or they could tell a joke. But sometimes for me, after a little bit for them, it seems like it's forced for me.
Right, me too. Yeah, and I'm like over it. Leslie Jones, however, I don't even know how she got wrapped up in this, but she calls out Kevin Hart and Cat Williams, and she said that both of them need to keep her name out their mouth. Apparently, Kevin Hart went on the Breakfast Club and ended up saying that he started her career with the movie that she was in. I can't even name it. I never even seen none of his movies. I'm sorry, y'all, for not being prepared, but it was whatever movie that he was in with Chris Rock, I think it was. But apparently he felt like, he kind of helped her out and gave her her own shot or whatever in regards to being funny.
Man. Go ahead. You're a man. Just do it. Just help a sister out. That's
right.
All you gotta do.
So basically, Leslie responded with, both of them blanks need to keep my name out their mouth unless they're using it to eat my blank. Real talk. None of these blanks put me on or any woman. While he talking about what Cat did, he do to put women on. He didn't help females that wasn't on his tour. Blank that blank. At least Cat put me on his tour. Kevin could have put me on a long time ago, but he never respected me or my comedy and trusted that I could pull people out. Both Kevin and Cat was the same to women, like all of these blanks in the game. She also saying all they do is talk blank, and women have never had it good. At least Cat put women on his tours and shows. How many shows back in the day didn't have a woman on them? On Cat Williams' show. Kevin, that MF, told me one time I would never make it.
You pissed her off.
So she was not having it. And I don't know the history. Again, I'm not like an overload Kevin Hart fan.
And then it's just like for Kevin Hart, for me, for me, I'm going to respect somebody more like Cat Williams, just because I feel like Kevin Hart is kind of like a sellout a little bit. I feel like he'll take any role just to have a role.
But not only me, it's like I can't talk. This is why I'm probably going to be single. Well, let me not speak that in the universe. But I can't take people that, how we was talking off air, we could be anybody, right? And we're okay with that. I hate people that are judging, but then have so much fault to them, right? Kevin Hart was sleeping with numerous women, but his wife was his rib. He loved his wife and all that. I can't even take you serious in that matter.
And then it's like, you, at the end of the day, I feel like men like that, they don't respect their women because you kind of like got her looking like stupid for real.
Exactly. And if she was your rib and all of this other stuff, it would have never happened. So that's another reason why I can't, like, all of his positivity, I can't take none of that serious. And only because he tries to be in this one lane, but have been caught up so many times in another lane, but never want to
get in that lane.
To say, so I can't take him serious. I didn't want to talk about this, but since you're a woman and you're here, why not? The Nicki Minaj Cardi B joint. They had a little scrapple, I'll say, because they didn't fight at the New York Fashion Week. A lot of people were saying that Cardi was out of control. She shouldn't have did it, X, Y, Z. This is how I feel. Social media is not real. Don't let it get you killed. You can't control somebody's response. You can't throw a rock at me and be mad because I shoot you. So Nicki has been picking on people since the time that she got into the game. What do you feel about the whole situation? Or do you have any thoughts at all about it?
I mean, so this is the thing. I'm not really for Cardi, so I can't. It's not like I'm on Nicki's side, but I'm on Nicki's side because it's just like I'm not really with the culture vultures, and to me, it's still a culture vulture. I don't care how urban you are. To me, it just is what it is for me, and I just feel like everybody always want to give other people other than black people a pass when they wilding out and acting like that, and then when it's somebody else, let's say Nicki Minaj, I feel like if it was the other way around, it would have been like, because you have a lot of people being on Cardi's side saying that Nicki shouldn't have said whatever, but at the end of the day, we're all adults. It's like politics. It's like you know how it go. Like you in this game. Like you know how it go. It's nobody's safe. Like Nas and Jay-Z was saying crazy stuff about each other. Nobody fought.
But we don't know that because social media wasn't prominent at the time.
I mean, yeah,
because
but
a lot of them from the 90s and like early 2000s, they'll tell you all the time if they had social media, a lot of them would have been in jail, divorced, and all kind of stuff because we would have actually been able to see it. But you know, then if you weren't in them circles, you really didn't know. It was a lot easier back in the day to hide it. Me personally, I'm not on a side because I really don't care. These women don't like my pictures, so it don't matter to me. But I will say this, because it's like I told this girl, it's like you can't, just because you're calm with your response and I choose to do something different, you cannot control somebody's response. Okay, I don't care if this was me and you or Nikki and Cardi. Just because you know how to control your temper and I don't make me the lunatic because I decide to shoot you in your eye and you can just sit there and smile and be very calmly with the way you disrespect me.
Oh, well, yeah.
So that's I guess, the way I think about it.
Well, maybe, okay, again, after that, yeah, I think I'm still on Nikki's side because I feel like I can, but I feel like I can be both, but I just feel like that's gonna give me more satisfaction to see you doing that, and I'm just like,
oh, well, I will always give people the satisfaction because you got one time, especially like a lie. God just hasn't put me in that place yet to be able to be the calm person about when you're lying on me. That irks my whole entire universe, and I don't have the temperament to be one, and that's why I don't get involved in stuff because it's just really easy for me to feel some kind of way. So I just like to be by myself, so I can only be battling my own demons instead of what somebody else thinks or says or believes about me, because I'm not involved in it. But I don't like lies.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't like that.
I feel like Nikki knew what she did when she was.
She did the same thing with Ram.
But you got to know how to play.
Same thing. Right.
They signed up for this
on site.
They signed up for it.
On site. You gotta get it. Just like Russ did with Slim Perp or what that little boy name is at the concert. They beat him up. You can't do all of that talking on social media and think it's not going to happen when somebody see you. That's just not real life. Because if we was at school, right, and it got back to you at school, what's going to happen at school? What you going to wait till you get online? No, it's going down. You can't pick with people because you don't. And another thing I always tell my daughter, leave people alone because you don't know what somebody else is going through, right? So you can be picking on me, and just because it's you per se that's bothering me, it may not even be you that I want to give this response to, because the person that really hurt me, I can't get to them. That's why you see all of this killing with these teens now. People are in pain, and y'all can keep playing with people if you want to on social media and think it's okay. Just be careful. That's all I gotta say. You gotta be very careful because you don't know what somebody else is dealing with.
Yeah, but if you sign up to play the game and they call your name to get in the game, or you accidentally get smacked in the eye with the baseball, you can't be mad because you signed up to be there.
Yeah,
like you gotta just take it.
Y'all better be careful. That's all I gotta say. Be careful.
You gotta be ready to take it.
Very
you
careful.
Can't just say innocent. And it's like at the end of the day that you know when you in those type of situations. I'm not saying that Nicki Minaj is right, even if she really said it, because I don't be buying none of this stuff. So
Nicki's terrible. You want to know why I know Nicki's terrible?
If she did say something, I mean, you a whole celebrity, baby. You know, people say stuff every day.
But you know what? I don't even think it was the point about the baby, because I don't. Nikki petty though, so I don't know, because she went on Stormy. Did you see the post about Stormy about the baby? Talking about Travis only went platinum because he put up a picture of his daughter. She is out. Nikki's out of control.
Well, yeah. See, because I'm still not with the culture vulture, so I'm gonna have to be with her on that side too.
Oh, girl, boo! Get out of here.
I'm gonna have to be with her side too.
How do you want to blame a 6-month-old? For somebody, that boy did not go platinum. He been going platinum before his baby was born.
Okay, I feel like Kardashian related going to bring some extra eyes to the mix, though. You can't act like it's not.
But he been on before them.
Maybe. I mean, I guess, yeah. But so you don't think that being connected to the Kardashians is bringing him extra?
Not for Travis. Okay. I think it might have for Tyga. Because can you name a Tyga song?
Yeah, Tyga was with Cash Money, so I was familiar with Tyga.
Okay, I didn't even like him when he was with Cash Money. I can't even name, except for the Taste joint, because I do like that song. I don't know why I like that song, actually. It's one of my guilty pleasures.
You didn't like put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up?
What song is that? Is that Taste?
No, that's a song. That was like one of Tiger's little songs when he first came out.
Girl, no. I always thought he was a Bama. Tiger is just a full-fledged,
Yeah,
like,
he is.
If it was a poster child for a Bama, he would definitely be on one of the posters.
I don't know. I'm just not with the mixed couple thing. I think that's just the whole mix, anything mixed, I'm just not with it. So
That's just a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it is. So all my answers going to be like that. Any of that.
So let me ask you this. Did you hear about the Border Patrol agent?
No, what is this?
So apparently there's a Border Patrol agent that is considered a serial killer. He murdered 4 women that was trying to cross over into the border. And this is the border of, he was in Texas. Okay, so he was at that border. I think that's Mexico-Texas border. And he ended up killing 4 women that was trying to cross over. So they labeled him as a serial killer. His name is David Ortiz. He's 35. And between September the 3rd and September the 15th, he killed 4 women. And he's a U.S. Border Patrol agent. Right now, they say that they don't have any motive per se on why he did it. But it's just crazy to think that people that are supposed to be protecting the borders are out here kidnapping and killing women.
I just feel like the police, I mean, they give an example.
Right.
People just feel like if you want to just, do wild things like that, you got to be in a position. I don't know.
And it's not that we know.
I feel like the behavior of Americans is. I feel like America makes the Americans act the way that it's like the things that we are allowed or the things that are okay are just so out of control. Like the things that have been happening because like if somebody kills somebody over here, it's okay. Like people just think stuff like that is okay because it has been okay.
And plus too,
like
nobody cares
about what are they, Mexican, Spanish? Yeah, no, like how people don't care about blacks. So he probably feels like he's doing justice for America.
And it's really interesting because he did it to his own people. He's of Latin descent too, so that's just really weird. Like it just makes you feel some kind of way. Another thing too, if you guys have any teens, you need to talk to your children, especially this weekend. Apparently, there's a post that's out. It's some guys riding around D.C. in vans kidnapping teenage girls. My daughter knows like 2 girls that's been gone already. One of the sisters put up a picture of the van because apparently this young lady got away. So if you got teenagers...
What area?
D.C. period. One of the girls was uptown. She's not from uptown, but she was uptown, and one of the girls was on the south side. So it's not like it's just to one particular area. It's wherever these kids are. So if you have children, you need to talk to them about that. Ask them if they've seen a picture of the van. I'm going to try to get the picture of the van myself so we can, so I can be putting it up on social media too. Because apparently the teens know about it. She's seen the picture. She told me about it yesterday. And I'm like, what? Are you crazy? So I ended up going to pick her up because of that. But I think that is crazy.
Yeah.
That is weird. So, again, parents, if you got teens and you mad at them this week, just talk to them in a few minutes and ask them, okay, if they seen a picture of this van because it's out of control. And another little girl's been missing now. It'll be 2 weeks on Monday. 15, 16 years old. Never ran away from home or nothing. So we got to be careful. And I know these kids are crazy, and I know you want to punch them in the eye because I be wanting to punch mine in the eye sometimes. But you got to leave that door open for them. You do need to have that line of I'm the mother if that's what you need to do. But at the same point, that dialogue needs to be open because these little girls are going crazy for whatever reason, and sometimes they can be out of control even when they're controlled in your house. When they leave that house, they can be out of control. So you guys need to check up on that. Check my social media this afternoon. I'm gonna see if I can get a picture of this van to let you know the ones to be on the lookout for. Last thing that I want to talk to you about, Amber Rose. So because you're kind of detached from social media, you probably didn't see, but I don't know if you ever remembered her having like the word slut and hoe and stuff on her clothes. So now she feels like people owe her. Kanye got a song called I Love It. I can't say any of the words to that song, and I don't even know why I actually like the song.
I like it too.
Oh, you like it?
I like it too.
Okay, I thought I was the only weirdo. I love the song.
Yeah.
Okay, but to
And the
her, the video is hilarious. But for her, she feels as though he owes her credit because of the word HOE. And they're saying that she's the one that, if not that she invented it, but she made it cool. I mean, she has been the only one calling herself that for about 3-4 years now.
Yeah, and along with the strippers and the video vixens and everybody else. Amber, sit down.
Okay, well, that's how you feel about that one. But she also said
they
that
always want to steal stuff and put glitter on it and call it butterflies. Like, lady, no.
So how do you feel about Diesel stealing her ideas with the clothes? Because Diesel has a whole new line, and believe it or not, Nicki Minaj is on this campaign, and hers is like something with bullying, and she bullies everybody, so I don't even understand why she has that on. But they have a whole line with quotes similar to the ones that she did, and she said she got no credit to that.
Ma'am, again, your ancestors have made millions and billions of dollars off stealing. Let people live.
You said you ain't buying it.
No, I'm not.
I don't know. I do kind of get it
a
little bit. I mean, because I can name plenty of known people that stole stuff, that I know for a fact stole stuff from me because I was a part of their stuff in the beginning. So I know how it feels for people to take from you. If you feel like you're the one that helped, or, you know, you inspired, people don't give credit. Do you think that people always give credit of what other people have done for them? I don't think so.
It's called innovation. When you make it better, it's called innovation. So, I mean, some people call it stealing. Some people call it innovation.
Potatoes to potato, huh?
I guess she, you know, she should have thought of the idea first, I guess.
Right. Or is it the fact that she didn't make it as popular? Because that could be it too.
Well, she had a whole walk, so I mean, if you didn't get anything off that, then I mean, what do you want? What do you want from us, Amber? Huh?
Amber, I feel your pain. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you have enough money from Kanye and Wiz and everybody else.
Amber, I feel for you, Amber. But again, I mean, what you gonna do? Ain't nothing you can do about it. But she also did say that she gets it, it's flattery. She upset, but it's cool because she she knows that she's the originator.
Right, like Superhead was and everybody else though.
Hello, well, Superhead was super. I just want to know what trick she did. That's the only reason why I want to interview her. Like, I'm just trying to understand. Can a sister learn a trick or two? Like, I just want to know what she was doing.
I don't know.
She had everybody.
That's the interesting thing though, because it's like. She was so. Is she married now?
No,
right. Okay, so it was like she does all these amazing things, right? And then it's like, is it like, because you know how some men are, what is that word? That magic? Insecure. So if a woman really does all these amazing things that you like, that can like make your toes curl and eyes roll in the back of your head. Then you have to deal with a man not trusting you because you are just that amazing, and they don't want you to do that to anybody else. So then, maybe you would end up alone like Superhead. I don't know.
Well, I think if a man's gonna cheat, he's gonna cheat. I mean, the top women that's on everybody's list got cheated on publicly. So I don't think you can escape that.
Yeah, me either.
I think men are just they're gonna do what they want to do. But she had a lot of stuff in her mouth. Shout out to you, Superhead. You are the real MVP. We're going to come back right after this throwback. This was my boo-too, Bubba Sparks, Miss New Booty. Only on Consider This Radio.
Yeah, I forgot all that. Yeah, Superhead. What I'm saying is, with those skills, she should be married.
I think she was. Oh, she was married twice. Okay. To Columbus Short and to the other actor. Okay. But it didn't last. But she put it on them, not on her. So I don't know. That'd be something
I found that even like with myself, it's just like with this whole free thing. it's like people like the free until it's time for you to be free, and then like they like all the amazing things that you do until they think of you doing it to somebody else, or so it's kind of like a win-lose situation. I deal with that a lot. Well, even with people saying that they okay with bisexual women,
and they're not,
because they still get jealous. So that's just like, and it's just so crazy how like we deal with all of these things that men are so strong and they supposed to be dealing with. We really handle all this stuff.
We do.
Like we get cheated on and cheated on
constantly.
Like,
and you gotta take them back.
Yeah, and then when they do it, it's just like, and then when you do it, it's just like you just split of the earth. And my Amber Rose was gave her credit on that one.
That's what I'm saying. It's no ways around it.
I don't know. I just feel like the Amber Rose, like, come on, girl.
I get what she's saying though, because when she started wearing the clothes that said slut and stripper, people were joning on her for wearing it. But now Diesel have a whole line saying the same shit, and it's okay.
Well, I feel like, but I don't know. I felt like people was following her movement though.
Oh yeah, because she got a rock of people at her walk.
Yeah, and she got like money on it. Like,
She did.
People was really donating to them. I don't really know if it wasn't Amber Rose.
I think it had to be Amber Rose though, because who else could have pulled that off? Nobody else been able to
I feel like if it was a little more tasteful, maybe somebody could. Maybe not slut, but something else.
But that's the point. She makes slut tasteful.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I get her on that.
Yeah. And then it's just like at the end of the night, when the doors is closed, that's what the men like. So you want to like it or you want to like it.
Right.
You want to like it or you want to not like it. You got on this new booty leggings.
Girl, I'm trying to put my gym clothes on so I could go to the gym. Then I have no excuse on going before I go in the house. I don't know.
I want to go. I think we should.
I need to go. I need to walk.
You like the treadmill? I hate cardio.
Yeah, I like the elliptical, but because I haven't been consistent, that elliptical will drive me crazy. So I gotta walk. Okay. I gotta walk 3 times a week before I get on the treadmill.
Okay.
Because I would get off the elliptical and go home. I'm not even playing.
You ain't gonna get on that and you just
I'll
go
go
straight
home.
home.
Like, oh, I'm not in the mood for that. If I'm not in the mood, all I can do is walk. At least I be like, at least I can.
Well, that's good. I guess I never exercise. I need to get back. I think like stretching is the most that I do. I haven't even been like this summer. I have been like so off on my routine. And it's just
I don't even consider walking on the treadmill exercise.
you don't.
I just go to the gym so I don't die. Like in my mind, it's like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Only reason why I'm there. I think I should take classes though. I think I would like classes though.
Because it's just like you doing something. Like it's just I want to take a self-defense class. Those classes look kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
With how
I
you
wanted to
learn,
do a
like how you
boxing
learn how to
class.
get out of the moves. Like if somebody do
Hey,
like this,
this is
you gotta
Ramona,
bust
and
out.
you're tuned in to Misunderstood.
I don't know why people don't do those free classes no more.
Because they see that people paying. They say, I need a coin.
They used to do them. Okay, are you okay with defining what the womb is?
Oh, okay. Get my words together.
Alright guys, we are back. Welcome to Consider This Radio, only on WEBR Radio Fairfax, VA. It is raining outside, but I hope you guys are enjoying the show thus far. We've been talking up something and another, okay? Right now, I need to get to what I want to talk about, which is wound care, honey. Now, when I first met Shevonne, we was at an event, and then I don't even know how we got on this topic, but we just started talking about the Yoni, and then that's what she told me it was 3 chambers, and you can move one and move another. And I was like, oh my, I didn't know I had 3 of them. So we ended up, I was like, yes, we need to get you on the show so we can figure all of this stuff out, because I'm sure a lot of people would like to know. So we're going to talk a little bit about wound care. I have 15 tips pulled up that we're going to be able to give you on how to have healthy wound care and more. So Shevonne, would you like to define the womb or the yoni?
Okay, so your womb, your throne, where we birth, where we hold magic. So basically defined as the female's main reproductive organ. So that should tell you right there. Like, I feel like we need to understand that you need to equate your womb to your heart and your brain. Like, I don't feel like women do that. I don't feel like we put emphasis on taking care of it when it's really a big part of our body. It's really a big part. It controls a lot. Where we hold our stress, like we hold everything there, and whether we know it or not, just taking preventative measures to care for your womb will stop a lot of things that we're going through, especially with the mental. And then you just have to, and then I think that we are also not thinking of it in a way is that this needs to be so sacred in a space. If this is a space, the same way you would like keep it clean to put a newborn baby down when they're on the outside of your body, you need to think of that as keeping your womb ready, because a baby has to be in there. So you want it to be as clean as possible. So you don't want to have it toxic. You don't want to have it toxic, whether it's stress, whether it's different penises, whether it's just whatever. You want to make sure it's clean, as just as you would have it clean. Just as you would have your area, your bed, your house clean when the baby comes home, you have to think of your womb area. You have to think of your womb in that same way.
Now, one thing I want to touch on is, what you and I talked about when I went to go get the steam, how it's like, I always said during intercourse, I always feel like it's different for men and women because they enter into you. Mm-hmm. Your organ is inside of you, theirs is outside. To me, that makes them a lot more practical and makes us more emotional because they're coming into your sacred space. Mm-hmm. And, they're on the outside. And then when I talk to you, you mentioned something that I never even thought about, is in regards to how it holds. It's like the chamber of everything. Mm-hmm. And then when you think of chakras, it connects to the, what number is the top? Is that 6 or 7? So how it connects to your top chakra, which is 7. Mm-hmm. So can you just elaborate a little bit more on how you told me about my fibroids, mm-hmm. the stress, you said I hold things in, mm-hmm. You said that I'm probably still upset about some things, the frustration, mm-hmm. which is how the fibroids come about. Would you be able to explain people about that?
Okay, so basically, for women, since this is our most important organ, we have to pretty much we have to treat it that way. So if you are thinking of something and you're stressing about it the same way that you can give yourself a headache stressing, you can give yourself a headache in your vagina, and then obviously it's not a real headache, but the same pain, and even if you're not feeling it, it's still there. So you want to talk to your womb, like you really want to massage your womb. You want to just give it extra care. I feel like I just want women to put more emphasis on just giving it attention. I feel like even with the pads that we use, and we need to be using natural pads. They're at Target. It's no different. It's just a matter of just taking the time to go to find the natural pads, because it's recycled garbage. Even with the feminine products that we use, and the Eves and all of this stuff that they're telling you that's going to help your womb, it's not. These are loads and loads of chemicals. You need to be using the most natural soap that you can. What I use is Dr. Bronner soap. I love it. And even if you, I mean, obviously you're not going inside of your vagina with the soap. It's on the outside, and you really don't really need much soap. If you're sitting in the tub and if you're washing your body, then your vagina is a self-cleaning organ. Some women, so like I said, I prefer the steams. I feel like the steam and the herbs are getting inside, because obviously all the time you can't get all the way up there in the shower. If you're in the bath, I have things that I do like lay back to get the water in there, but you want to keep it fresh even after, like, with intercourse and your body fluids. Sometimes I know, as a woman, I know other women have experienced this too, where even maybe after sex, you'll probably, if you shower, you might still smell a condom, or you might still smell that person on you. And honestly, you just don't want to smell that. You want to feel fresh, like a facial on the inside is how I explain it. I just think that it's really important for us to pay attention to the signs your vagina is going to tell you with the discharge. And I feel like it's very important for you to know your different types of discharge, because discharge can be normal, light, but like heavy and thick and milky, it shouldn't look like that. I feel like sometimes people, because they're not knowledgeable, even during sex, some women or some guys, I hear them say it all the time, like that they think that is excitement from sex, but it's not excitement from sex, it's bacteria. And so it shouldn't be so much. Like, you really want to examine your body, take the time to look in the mirror at it, like touch the consistency, like smell it, put it to your face like it's yours. And if it's so disgusting that it can't be right here on your nose, then that lets you know that you need to do something. And this it's always good to just, water is going to help you clean yourself out, period. So it's just if you just staying hydrated, then you're doing yourself a good deed. And even with the coconut oil, that's one trick that I do. If I feel myself having any type of discharge, before I even go to the doctor, or if I feel anything off, I'll just take some coconut oil and just put it on my fingers. Obviously my fingers are clean, and just put it on it, because coconut oil is a natural antiseptic. It'll help pull some toxins out. And then you'll notice, and I've even did it and just experimented on myself to just see, and then 2 or 3 days later, like, it's not there anymore. And you can do that for a yeast infection. For BV, I would say more you would want to get a steam, but just any like itchy feelings or anything like that, I feel like, and like, again, these are things that I do for myself and other clients that I've told, and they give me the same feedback.
And tell people, what is a vagina steam and why would you want one?
Okay, so a vaginal steam, basically, it benefits every female reproductive organ. It can also prevent, I've seen a lot of women talking about fibroids. They're having fibroids and they're being directed to get a hysterectomy, which is not good at all. Obviously the Most High put things in your body and they're supposed to be there, so what we're going to do is just take care of them. But so the steam, the herbs, they actually do help shrink fibroids. I've seen cases from women that have been steamed by other people that have actually shrunk their fibroids so small that they didn't even have to have their fibroids removed anymore. It can also help with breaking soul ties, if you're into that, just emotional detachment from a person that you were having sex with. And I think that we really need to consider the people that we're having sex with, especially for, I'm not going to say so much for female, well, I wouldn't say that, but you just, especially with the guys, and you having someone enter your body and just the things that they do and the lifestyle that they're living, and you just don't want to pick up other people's energy like that. So it's just important to protect yourself, and I would recommend that women steam after sex. And that's why, if you can't get to someone that does steams professionally, you should definitely get to someone that sells the herbs for steam, and you should try to do it at home. It's very easy to do it at home. You can DM me, or you can follow me on Instagram. I'll give you tips on how to do it at home, because I think that is very important. And aside from me doing the service, I really just feel like it's a thing that you should incorporate into your lifestyle, and also teach it to your daughters, because they need to know. I meet so many women that are like, very ignorant about their vagina, and they just don't know it, even as far as the way that it looks. Like, you need to know that the lips are different, everything's different, like no vagina is the same.
Right.
So I just
now
feel
let me ask you this, should you do a steam while you're on your cycle?
So that's the only time that you cannot steam. You only cannot steam if you're pregnant, and you cannot steam if you're on your cycle. Any other time like that is okay. You can actually steam, I would say every 2 days, up to every 2 days. And I've actually read information where some practitioners steamed every day once they finished having a baby, because they wanted to, get their vagina back right and tight, and that's also your vaginal tissue is the most absorbent part of your body. So just putting these beneficial herbs in there is going to benefit more than your vagina.
And then how do you feel about oh shoot, wait, I just lost my train of thought. So we talk about the steaming. How do you feel about what do the herbs actually do in the steam?
Okay, so you have a couple of different herbs. So some herbs are just an antiseptic, just to pull out, germs and yeast and bacteria. Then you have some are for relaxation. Then you have some that just basically more so of a preventive care. So you won't, because with herbs, it's different than taking a pill. So you want to constantly keep them in your body, and then it's just like basically it's going to be blocking your body from it. So you wouldn't have to, how some people would take a pill or something for a yeast infection or something like that. When you put in the herbs into your body, basically, and they stand, you will less likely come across it again if you're keeping the herbs into your body. So most and like most of the herbs that you use for the steam also can be, and all steams are not the same. They're obviously broken down to different. Okay, so if you just want it just for if you have a yeast infection or just general preventive care, and then there's certain herbs that help with the fibroids, to shrink the fibroids. So it's just about what you have going on, and they can also be ingested as well as a tea.
Oh,
too.
okay. So you can drink it too.
Yeah, you can drink it too. Obviously not out the pipe, but you can like separate it, and then you can separate it.
Don't recycle it and drink it out the pot.
These herbs are not recyclable.
That'd be crazy if someone's
and then I know that a lot of people, since we're talking about the womb, a lot of people ask me about the Yoni pearls. I haven't myself used them personally, just because, like I said, I value the fact that the vagina is a self-cleaning organ, and I don't really per se want to stick anything up. The steam and the herbs and the mist is fine. It's natural. I'm not really a fan of putting the things up there. Even with the tampons, I'll wear them if I have to. But I prefer to wear pads just to let it out. Also, if you are experiencing any blood that's dark, you should invest in the steam. Your blood shouldn't be dark at the beginning of your cycle or at the end of your cycle. That's signs of an unhealthy womb. Also, if you are experiencing any type of clotting, I know that some doctors may tell you that clotting is normal, but it's not. Your blood should be on your period. You should have a pain-free, meaning no cramps. You should have a pain-free period with bright red blood with no odor. Your period should not smell fishy. And if any of those things are happening, you should be drinking more water and investing in steams or beneficial herbs for steam. Also, and I cannot stress enough with the natural pads. And I know I'm not really into the Diva Cup thing. I don't really know what that's about, but I just say that if you are a person that has to wear tampons, try to get the organic tampons. But as much as you can, even like while you're at home, you should try to wear a pad. Just you know, let it come out. And even some people that I, you know, some research that I did, some people that I was following were saying, well, not research that I did, let me take that back, but some people that I was following were even saying that with the healthy period, that it should be so light that you shouldn't even really have to wear anything. And I guess that's at the best period that you can ever have. But I know that around your cycles, around the time of your cycles, around the 2 weeks before, just try to cut back on the meat and the chicken, all of that stuff. Just try to just chill on that until your cycle is over, because that does help increase the cramps. And I've noticed, since I do have cramps sometimes, but since I've stopped eating meat, I've had way less cramps than I used to have, and I have a way better period.
Yeah, I don't get any cramps.
Yeah, I get cramps sometimes, and I guess, and what I can say is, because I'm vegetarian, I don't eat meat, I don't eat seafood. I tried to eat crabs about 3 weeks ago. That was a disaster from both ends. But like, I still do indulge in cheese a little bit sometimes, so that's why I don't say that I'm vegan. But yeah, if you ladies, if you can just cut back on the meat around the time of your period, a little bit before your period, that will help with the cramps. And because that's why I eat the way I eat for the most part, just because of the way it makes me feel. Not to be better than anybody else, or not to be. It just, I just feel better. It is a big difference.
When we come back, though, we gotta, before we get out of here, rather, we gotta talk about these 3 chambers. Okay.
She is excited.
We have to talk about these 3 chambers. We about to go, but we got to do it. We have to do it. Okay. So if y'all don't know what the 3 chambers is, don't go nowhere, because this is something that you don't want to miss. I'm trying to tell you, ladies, when she tell you what you can do, I'm just gonna leave right now.
Yeah, so my Kegels, well, now it's so funny that now that I'm humping a girl, I said it's so funny that, like, I've been practicing my Kegels like crazy, but I'm not having sex with a man, so I don't know how much it's working. But I just feel like it's just strong. It feels like it's just easier for me to do. But honestly, this is so crazy to say, but I just like girl sex better. I just feel like so clean and not nasty and icky after sex. It's just.
How can they have self-care with Full House?
In the middle and cutting my sides off.
Dang, that was fast, Mr. Easy. I wonder what show they about to film.
You know, because that lady, it was the lady over there, she had like Botox lips.
about to do a good show. Them people are really eclectic.
I love your glasses. Are they new? They sure are.
They're all different.
Every single person.
I'm trying to, kind of hard to pinpoint it. All right, guys. Before we get out of here, we want to talk about the chambers. But before we get to the chambers, we got to ask the question. So there's a comment on Facebook that says that she has a full-time job, 5 kids, and she wants to know how she can do self-care, like being busy.
Okay, so obviously we got to make it get in where we fit in. So I would say, like, for me, it's easy. I have a bad habit of just waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know some people wake up in the middle of the night. So for moms, I say if you have that kind of habit where you can just like wake up in the middle of the night, maybe when you're taking your pee, just take some time for yourself. You're just going to have to squeeze it in there. I know that Queen of Food is a person that I follow. She's a holistic practitioner, and she says that if you happen to wake up in the middle of the night or in between 3 and 5 in the morning, 12, 1, whatever, make that time sacred for yourself. So if it just has to be a little time in the bathroom in between, you got to steal that little time for yourself. If you wake up in the middle of the night, take 30 minutes, meditate, do something for yourself, and go back to sleep. Or when you wake up, or set your time to wake up just a little bit earlier than everybody else, because I feel like that's when I get my best time, when it's like no distractions, basically when everybody is asleep. So if you can get it in while the kids are asleep, just trying to wake up a little extra, make that time sacred.
Yeah, that sounds good. And actually, she's going to be here Saturday, I heard. And I'm so upset about that because I kind of have an event on Saturday.
Yeah, I gotta go somewhere too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind
I heard that
her.
you know where she's going to be. I heard she was going to be at a church.
It is at a church,
yeah.
But I don't know which church.
I think it's the Holy Church on Annie Hellenborough, Steve Young's church.
Really?
I think that's what somebody told me. I'm not for sure, but
what?
I heard. Yeah.
That's where the garden is.
Garden?
Yeah, the garden that I work with is over there.
Yeah, so and that I heard that she was going to be there early from like 12. And the thing that I'm going to Art All Night, I'm going to have a table at Art All Night.
Actually,
too.
it is Steve Young. Church.
So that's at like 12. So if you can make it to that and Art All Night, that would be like a bomb day. Queen of Food has all the knowledge.
Tickets only $25.
Oh yeah, and she gonna give you about $200 in information, probably $2,000, probably to $200,000. She'll teach you how to save your life.
Something.
Queen of Food, she know. Erica Badu trained under her to be a doula.
The doula.
Yeah, she can tell you. I did a consultation on her with the phone one time, and she just knew. She knew exactly what she was talking about. Like, and she can help you get to your purest, cleanest self. She teach you about eating right, and and she talks a lot about talking to your womb as well, and just forgiving yourself, forgiving your womb, talking to
and she's so pretty,
and she's up there in age, and she don't look like it.
She's a beautiful woman. But before we get out of here, girl, we have to talk about these chambers.
Okay,
can you tell the people what the
chambers?
I don't even think I want the music. I don't even think I want the music to play.
The chambers that the kid is talking about. So, on my journey to self, I had got interested in doing Yoni yoga, and what Yoni yoga is basically what it sounds like is exercise for the yoni. So the chambers that she just enjoys speaking about is that when you're doing Kegels, obviously you're just squeezing your vagina and releasing it, squeezing it and releasing it. And that's just on the level to just, because when you're having intercourse and you want to be in control and you want to add a little bit of, spice, and you can squeeze and release as they're, penetrating and pulling out. So with the chambers, which she's speaking of, and when you're practicing your Kegels, you can actually break your vagina down into 3 parts, which is all the way at the top near your cervix, the middle, and then closest to the end by your vagina. So if you're practicing your Kegels, once you get good with that, then you want to basically like isolate the section. So you want to focus yourself on squeezing more at the top of your vagina, and then releasing, and then squeezing in the middle, and then releasing, and then squeezing at the end and releasing. So when you're practicing these, and then you're getting more good and you're getting more in control of your vagina, then once during sex you can incorporate these things. So as he's penetrating, then you can contract these three different parts at different times, so it won't feel the same every time he goes in and he goes out. So if he goes in and you're squeezing on the top, then he goes out, when he comes back in, then you can squeeze on the bottom, and then it's like, it's, it's a little edge there, it's a little more excitement. So just practicing the three levels like that is just going to give you more control of your vagina, and just add some, some different feels. I mean, I don't have a penis, but I'm sure I can imagine the feeling of that. So if you just, and the Kegels, they help, and they help increase your orgasms, helps you enjoy it. And for the women, don't feel left out. For the women that are abstinent, or you're not just with nobody right now, I feel like this is the perfect space to go with your yoni, like, because I hear so many women saying that they're not even pleased with sex. So obviously, if you can get into yourself and explore yourself and what makes you feel good, and that's self-care too. Ladies, please don't get it twisted. That is self-care, because, and then you don't have to, you exchanging yourself with yourself, but you have to know what really feels good to you. You got to explore yourself. Don't think of being single as a bad time. It's really the best time for you to know exactly what you want, and to be able to show somebody exactly how to please you when it's time. Because I hear so many women say that they never even came before. I hear women say that they fake it all the time. Like, nobody's here to fake it. I faked it in my 20s. I ain't faking nothing in the 30s. No.
So either it's real or it's not.
Yes, either it's real or it's not. So you gotta help them, and then it's just, just getting to know yourself, because I speak to so many women that don't know about their vagina. You just gotta know. You know that when you want to know what to do. And some people, when I was speaking of the Kegel, some people do it with yoni eggs. And if you're doing the three levels with the yoni eggs, and you'll feel the egg going up. Once you're squeezing at the bottom, it'll push the egg up, and squeezing at the top will push the egg down. So that's going to give you kind of an idea of what you would be doing. Some people can, they also have the wand kind. So if you want to use the wand, then you can kind of like, when you contracting, you can feel the different parts of your walls on the wand, so that you can actually feel your progress. If you can get it. So just do the Kegels. Just think of it as an elevator. You squeezing at the top, you squeezing in the middle, you squeezing at the end, and just keep it up. And if you do it for too long, you might start feeling the feeling. So don't do it for too long, because you might excite yourself.
Yeah. So I've been trying to have her do the some classes.
Yes. So I have some classes planned coming up. I want to get some done in October, maybe the middle of October. But I'll have more information about that at my table at Art All Night, and that's September the 29th. That's going
What
to be
street
fun.
you going to be on?
I'm going to be in Congress Heights at 3200 MLK Avenue. And it's going to be lit. You can bring your kids from 6 to 10, and then after 10, you have to take your kids home, and then it's adult turn up from 10 to 3. It's going to be body painting and hookah and art and fun.
Oh, so they're really making the kids go home?
I mean, you can leave your kids if you don't care about your kids being there, but it's I mean, you can.
Okay.
It's up to you. It's your discretion if you want. It's not like, okay, if you got a kid, leave the person.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. I mean, because it's still a festival.
It's their
family.
family.
It's the whole thing. But
because Congress Heights Week is this week, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Congress Heights Week is this week. I think it started yesterday. So you definitely want to check out Destination Congress Heights for all of the events as well on Instagram, because I always mess the name up when I try to say it. But in regards to all of the events that they'll be having this week as well as RR Nights, so how can people get in contact with you?
So you can reach me on my social media account. Shevonne Monk is my name on Facebook. Feel free to leave messages or whatever you want, questions, advice. And on Instagram is the beauty_goddess. And you can also book me for lashes and Yoni steams through my bio. That's about it.
All right, and then, where did you say you was going to be for Art All Night? Did you say which street you was going to be on?
So for Art All Night, I'm going to be at CHACC 3200 MLK. I'll have a table. I'll have some things that I've created. Also, my free spirit pants. I have some on right now. Obviously, you guys can't see, but they're very comfortable. Just me, things that I have, whatever I have, things that I've created that I want to sell. Also, my daughter will probably be with me with her things. So come and check us out, talk, share.
Yeah, and if you're familiar with Southeast, it's the building over there right across the street from the firehouse. So,
And it's going to be performances. Pinky's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
So that's exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah, and y'all check out the website for the
listing.
listing.
This is my first time experiencing this. So.
Oh, you never been?
No, I
Yeah, Art All Night is dope.
Yeah.
I always normally do more than one. A couple of years ago, the circular was free, and it would take you to each city, each area that was doing it.
That's a good idea.
Because you know it's more than one place to do it. So, you were able to ride the circular.
Oh,
so we'll go from Brooklyn. I haven't seen any promo on it, so
That's
I don't know.
Idea.
Yeah, but they was doing it before, and it was a free ride. And that way, you could just bounce around from each area and do it. But I haven't seen anything about it. Maybe DC slow. Maybe they'll start promoting it tomorrow, telling you where you can get the circular at. But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, so just be on the lookout. I have some things coming planned. And, yeah, take care of your vajayjay.
Yes, please do so.
Love it.
And be on the lookout because she needs to have this class. I need her to have these classes about these chambers and these yoni exercises ASAP, all right? I am your girl, Mz.UndaStood. And what I need y'all to do this week is to do something else besides for yourself this week. Just be nice and kind to somebody else, and don't do any on sites unless provoked. Okay, so I am your girl, Mz.UndaStood, and y'all have officially been considered.
Unless provoked. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You made that so easy for me. I was so nervous. I couldn't even I've been making these because I told you I've been working on my jeans. Yeah. So I was like